Alright, you guys already saw the title, you clicked on the video, you know what we're doing here, alright? So, the lore of Gorilla Tag. Just so you guys know, this isn't like the real lore, this is just what I think the lore is, alright guys? Hello internet! Welcome to Monkey Theory.
It could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you...
So, imagine a small little star floating through space. But one day, a bigger star with some seeds and even little green stuff on it blasts and crashes onto this little planet. But some of the stuff from the big planet with the green stuff on it crashes into the small one. So eventually green stuff starts growing all over the new planet and even starts growing little tiny microorganisms. And since the two planets clashed together, it eventually made the ground extremely tough and strong. So walls built up extremely high, almost to the very tip of the sky. And these walls encased really close to where the planets collided or like hit each other. And remember those tiny microorganisms? Well, those, since there was no water where the planets collided, they started to evolve with 0 legs. And they evolved and evolved until eventually they became gorillas.
Don't know how you hate and how you envy. I've been getting it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. Question marks like something's missing.
And since they evolved in such harsh conditions, they didn't even need water or even food, even though they still did very much enjoy bananas. Even sometimes wore them as a fashion statement. We'll get into that a little bit later. And these gorillas created a community in this forest that they lived in, but they also couldn't get out because of those strong, ginormous walls. They even made little platforms, tree houses, and they even cut down a giant tree so they can make a little hangout area. And I really don't understand how they evolved so fast, but they evolved enough to make computers. Like they are literally the smartest things on Earth.
I say,
And remember those fashion statements? Well, they really like those, so they created more that are really fashionable. And this will get even more insane later. And for some reason, these gorillas got really curious. So they dug into the ground like rats, and they made a cave, and they found these ginormous crystals. And they really wanted more of these crystals. I'm not quite sure why, but they made an entire mine for them, which is where I'm at currently. After they made the mine, they stayed still for a little bit. They took a couple years to relax. But then something happened.
I just took a in my butt.
A group of tiny little monkeys were just walking through the forest. But then they saw something terrifying. It was a normal gorilla, except it was lava. It looked so different. It was terrifying. The lava gorilla chased after the group and eventually touched one. And then that one turned into lava too. And they turned every single gorilla in the forest into lavas. But then after that happened, they all turned normal. It was almost like a short sickness, like a small flu, that would come back when you got touched by someone with the flu. So they just eventually turned this into a fun little game that they played. So, yeah.
We're in heaven.
And after a few years of this, something strange happened in the hangout in the giant tree. a few little monkeys or gorillas, they heard some rumbling. And then suddenly, a giant entrance. It was orange. It came into the hangout area. And then some brave gorillas went in to see what was in the entrance. They found a ginormous canyon.
Shit, you already know I'm obsessed with it. I can't get enough. Back with another milk. Help! Help! Help me! Help!
After a few years of playing and having fun in all of the maps, they got a little bit bored. So they thought up an idea. With those cosmetics or hats, they wanted a lot more. So they thought of constructing a new space. So instead of that old hat room, why didn't they just make an entire city? So some construction monkeys went to work, and they did a very good job. And that's where we're ending off today. So as you can see, they built the city, and it's very cool. But there will probably be a part 2 to this video, because this is getting kind of long, and I kind of want to be finished with it right now. So thank you for watching if you made it to the end, and stay tuned, put on the notifications and subscription, and just don't forget that one thing is really important, so make sure you do this.
Oh my God. Kick my grandma in the fucking ankle, punch my mama in the